Didn't want to be helped. I wanted more, you know?
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing with the addicts, man, is they don't want the help. They don't want to be put on the spot, you know, that you don't want to talk about. You lie to anybody saying, like, no, I don't do meth. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, what are you talking about? Why are you accusing me of shit? Like, no, you gotta fucking admit that shit and you gotta want help.
Yeah.
I would have been upset. I would have been upset.
All right, welcome to episode number 28. This is, I just said it, but episode 28 of the podcast. It's been a little bit. I got a new job and my schedule's been off, so I'm working on a schedule to get these out to you guys, and I think I found one. So bear with me here. So every time I start a podcast, I just ask 3 random questions. I have this list of just random, like,
Oh, nice.
just creative questions to get the juices flowing or whatever. So between you guys, I need 3 numbers, 1 to 25.
7.
12.
Okay.
3.
7, 12, and 3. Okay, so we're just going to go 3, 7, and 12.
Okay.
Okay. Number 3, how would the world change if superheroes and supervillains actually existed?
I mean, the world would definitely be a lot crazier, I feel, because, like, we would be just worried, like, oh, am I... Especially here in San Antonio, because we're a big hub for the military and all that stuff, so it would be like, oh, well,
So,
is there...
I'm sorry.
You're okay, go ahead.
I feel like it depends on if, theoretically speaking, if the villain or superhero, how they use their powers for good or for evil. That would be like the whole make or break. If they use their powers for good, then that could be tremendous for mankind, you know?
Have you ever
true.
seen the Marvel movies?
Yes.
Yeah.
So have you seen Civil War?
Yeah, something they can't control, they don't like that idea.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
That's true.
Number 7, if you had to change your name, what would your new name be?
Not Megan Fox, because that was terrible growing up in school. Anything else.
Anything else?
Anything else? Mine would have to be...
Like anything else for
Rowdy.
your first name or for your last name? Or just altogether trash the whole thing?
No, I like your middle name, Adelia.
I do like my middle name. My middle name was actually supposed to be my first name, but there was some fights between my grandmother and my mom. So my mom was just like, fine, and chose a different name. So my fate could have been Adelia Fox, but instead it was Megan Fox.
I mean, which would you have preferred for your first name?
Well, I feel like Adelia is so uncommon. Like, you'd never hear that name, so I feel like that'd be an interesting name to have.
Adelia.
Like, Megan's such a common name. Like, we graduated with, like, what?
I mean, they're
5?
both pretty names, though. You know, like.
Yeah.
It's just your last name doesn't complement your first name because.
Well, it does. It does. It just happens to be the same name as a celebrity, who, by the way, wasn't famous until I was already, like, 6 years old. So, no, I was not named after her.
Are you guys older than me?
I'm
November
22.
20th, 98.
Okay, I'm March 16th, 98.
Oh, really? So you are older than me.
Yeah, and I'm December 29th, 98.
Yeah, I'll be 23 this year in November.
Yeah, I'm already 23.
Yeah. That's good.
Did I hear you say Rowdy
Yes.
would be your name?
Yes, absolutely. Rowdy Sellers.
Rowdy Sellers. That sounds like some kind of like wine distillery.
Well, I mean, my middle name right now is Wayne. It's Jacob Wayne.
Right now it is,
Yes.
but it won't be tomorrow.
Maybe not. But
Well, it's got like 12 names, so.
yeah, I have 5 names. I don't think I want to. I don't know. I don't know if I want to throw that out here on this.
Yeah. So Rowdy
Yes.
would be your.
Preferred name.
It's a good cowboy name.
Yes, it is.
And then what did we say? Number 12. If you were given a 1-minute ad slot during a big event, what would you fill it with? Like the Super Bowl or something like that.
Oh.
What would be your ad?
Definitely an ad for my own business if I had one.
Yeah.
If I had one.
If I had a business, I would put an ad. But since I don't.
Probably be for my podcast. Would be mine.
That'd be
dope,
cool.
yeah.
That'd be really cool, actually.
Yeah.
If not, I would do like something trying to wake people up to what's going on in today's world. You know, as far as the politics and the government
Yeah.
of every country
Yeah.
and how they're mixing and just creating a whole bunch of conflict and chaos, and people are dying every day, and well, I can't speak specifics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think about that too. Probably maybe something political.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also like a 50-50 thing because.
There's always going to be somebody against you, and it's political.
Yeah. But nowadays, it's like not even like, oh, I don't agree with that, but it's like whatever. It's like.
It's like, no, you're wrong.
Yeah,
Fuck you,
like-
you're
Yeah,
wrong.
you're not entitled to your own opinion.
It feels like you can't just hear the other side.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
you have to like accept it and then support it and then almost contribute to it for them to be like happy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like if I don't support
There's no middle ground. You
Yeah.
can't just be neutral.
Yeah. It's like
You're either this or you're that. There's no in between.
yeah. Definitely. I mean I think there's people that can be neutral and that's like a good thing, but
Mm-hmm.
most people can't. I always say that I think one of the best people ever is Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers was something else. I would
Yeah.
love to have him on my podcast.
Who's Mr. Rogers?
From the kids' TV show?
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood?
No.
Like,
Never
how did
heard
the
of
song
it.
go? It's
See,
like,
When I grew up, I didn't really.
it's like, welcome to the neighborhood. Like, something like that.
Never heard of it. I'll take
It's a
your word
beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It's a beautiful day in the
It's a
neighborhood, yeah.
beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day for a neighbor.
I feel like I'm very uneducated with children.
He's like one of those wholesome people.
No, he's like, I didn't watch children's shows. I was smoking a cigarette and had a beer hanging out of my hand by the time I was 3 years old.
Yes, ma'am. Kyle went.
Oh my
And
God.
I actually okay, because my parents both smoked cigarettes all my life, so going to school
Yeah.
I'd always get made fun of for having like clothes that smelled like cigarette
Yeah.
smoke and whatnot.
Did you have burn holes in it?
Yes,
Wait.
and that
Yeah.
too.
Which was extremely weird considering the town you went to school in.
No,
your
but
early
I mean,
years.
okay, I lived in a small
Okay, wait.
town.
So before we
but-
get too far into this, I think I never like introduced you guys, so we should like
Oh
establish.
yeah, huh, I'll probably
So,
do that.
so this is Jacob and Megan. They're a couple.
My name is
We met at the bar.
yes. Well, I
Um,
know his brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have mutual friends.
She worked with my brother,
Yeah.
Yes.
and then
I did too.
We all
Well, no, I
happened to be at the
didn't, because I worked there after he left already.
Yeah.
So yeah.
we all happened to meet at the bar one night, and that's how
Just hit it off.
That's how that went. So that's how this is. That's how they know each
That's
other.
why we're here.
Yeah.
That's why they're involved in each other's stories. What were you saying? You got made fun of?
Yeah, I basically got made fun of a lot in school, and so that made me like growing up, I always thought that being a smoker was like the coolest thing in the world. Smoking a cigarette, was
Yeah.
I'm a big badass, I
Yeah.
can smoke a cigarette, do what I want, and then like about 7 or 8 months ago, I just started getting like I didn't feel too great, man. To be honest with you, like I was just smoking like a pack a day,
Dang.
and I didn't feel too great, and I just finally decided to quit smoking cigarettes.
I got him a vape.
What was your
Dude.
brand of cigarettes?
Marlboro
Marlboro.
or
Red.
Camels. Yes,
Marlboro
Reds.
Red Longs.
Yes, sir.
100s.
Hundreds.
The
Yes,
cowboy
sir.
killers.
Cowboy killers.
Camel Crush.
I like the Camel Royals.
Camel Royals.
Yes.
I used to work at the gas station, so I know.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I know all of the
Yeah.
cigarettes.
The Turkish Royals.
See, that actually
Yeah.
surprised me that you like the menthol juices because you never really liked menthol cigarettes.
I mean, that beats. This thing is still leaking too.
So, were you already weaning off cigarettes before you got a vape, or was that what like?
Because we were
Started
using the little disposables, right?
Yeah,
Like the air bars.
Yeah.
All that
the
stuff.
little jewels. And
Yeah,
Like
but
you
it
know
was costing
from the
too
bar,
much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like on a weekly basis, we'd be spending
Yeah.
in total together we'd be spending like close to $80 on disposable vapes.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it would be like
Versus paying for this one time and just buying coils and juice.
Yeah.
yeah,
and it
'cause,
being like a fraction of the cost.
Yeah.
Get a bottle-
every 2 weeks.
yeah,
you
'cause
know?
you get a bottle of juice for like $20, and that's gonna last you.
I think I messed up the O-ring in that though. Because it's still leaking.
I'll have to look at it when we get home.
So did you guys have to learn like all the ins and outs of those things, like how to do the coils and like all that stuff?
I know it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you knew it.
Yeah.
She's been vaping since she was like young, like still in high school. Apparently.
No, like 17. I had
You were still in high school?
I was like it was like 17, 18. The timeline's a little fuzzy because school was stressful and work was stressful.
Absolutely.
So like I can't remember if I had started when I was 17 or after I had turned 17. So like I was 17, 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never got into vaping at all. Like,
Really?
I've tried my friends' vapes and stuff like that, but it was never
just-
like, oh,
It's not-
Also, you don't strike me as the type of person to like.
Yeah, no, it's not
want
for
to do
everybody.
it though. You know.
Yeah,
Like,
like
it's
not
not-
even
it's not-
cigarettes or weed or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like it just.
Because for me, the vaping, it like really started for like a big social anxiety thing. Like I'd be stressed at work, so a coworker would be like, just take a hit from the vape and you'll be fine. I was like, okay.
My cousin's calling me.
You need to answer it
No, I don't need to.
So I would.
when it goes off again.
Yeah, call him back. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I would just go into the walk-in, take a hit from the vape, and like I would be fine.
Yeah.
So for me, that's how it started, and then I just kept doing it, and now it's an addiction.
And now it's an addiction.
I don't know. I've always felt like like just anything, like I said, cigarettes, vapes, weed, like anything just that you like inhale into your lungs just did not feel healthy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Like,
you know,
I was
it's
like-
not. Like, there's nothing healthy about it. Anything besides oxygen going into your lungs.
Yeah. No.
It's really not.
Apparently,
but-
you can get what they call popcorn lung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From vaping, which is
See,
I
I've
guess
heard
is
of
supposed
that.
to be worse than.
I've heard of that, but my cousin Anthony, as a matter of fact, has been vaping since I want to say he was like
I think
18 years old, and he's
Yeah.
going on 27 right now, and he seems fine.
Yeah, my dad.
So I don't know,
My-
unless it's like just like prolonged use, like in the future.
Yeah.
Or
I don't know.
whatnot,
My dad's been vaping for almost 11 years.
But he just quit, right?
He's in the process of quitting. I think he's just finishing up the juices that he has.
I mean,
Yeah, and he still hasn't got popcorn lung or anything. That was him that was just on the phone with, actually, as a matter of fact. But, yeah, I wanted to bring up something else, though, and this is probably a sore subject for some people, but I don't mind coming out about and talking about it, you know?
yeah.
So,
Let's do it.
I'm actually 11 months clean
11 months now.
from, methamphetamines.
Coming up on a year.
Yes, sir.
From methamphetamine.
Yes, sir.
Dang.
Coming up on a year. As of July 4th, 2021, I will be a year clean.
Oh, the 4th of July.
Yes,
Wow.
sir.
Dang.
My last day doing it was July 3rd, 2020.
Wow.
Yep.
That's awesome. Coming up quick.
Yeah.
Dang.
And it's taking, like, I'm still, obviously, I'm not the most attractive guy, but I had, like, a lot worse acne. Like,
Yeah.
it was terrible, and it's, like, taking me 11 months to finally get back to almost normal, you
Yeah.
know?
So that's not like fake, like when they show you that.
Oh, no, it's
Yeah.
definitely not fake at all.
You know, whenever I first
Don't
met,
do
Videos and
drugs,
classes
kids.
or whatever.
whenever I first met him, he was
I was bad.
probably like what, 30 pounds like lighter, and
About 35 pounds lighter than I
Yeah.
am right now. I was, dude, you think I'm skinny right now? I was a walking skeleton. Like,
Yeah.
it was bad.
Dang.
It was bad.
it was really bad.
Are you it was all sunken in and all that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's finally coming back, finally. Like,
Yeah.
start, like,
It's taking a year and it's
yes,
Getting
it's taking
better.
a year.
So
I'm like,
oh.
you're good.
Oh. Did you quit cold turkey or did you have to weaned off?
No, I quit cold turkey. I lost everything, man. I was homeless, living in my car. I was smoking cigarettes, and literally like I would call my sister like every other 3 days or so, begging her for $5 to $10 in gas money just so I could have a heater or AC or whatever.
Yeah.
Every now and then while I was sleeping, and yeah, man, I don't know. it was a very I learned a lot from it.
Sounds like a valid reason to,
Yes.
Yeah.
to stop.
Yes, I learned a lot from it, and it just took everything. So, yeah.
How long were you doing it before you?
A year and a half, little over a year and a half actually.
Okay, so it wasn't like a
No, I wasn't
decade long.
No,
like-
no. But it was long enough for me to lose everything I had and owned. You know,
Yeah.
like my car, my family, my
Yeah.
everything.
Did you go through withdrawals or
Oh,
after that?
oh yeah.
What was that like?
It-
How do you describe it?
You
Withdrawal?
get really like depressed, and you get really like you get a lot of suicidal thoughts, and like, but the thing is, it's like your confidence for it is boosted so much, and that's what makes it bad for the come down. That's why people are always like when they're coming down, they're trying to get high again. You know,
Yeah.
like, looking for that next bump.
Yeah.
Because it's either that or they feel like they're gonna die. You know, so
Yeah.
it's just like. You just gotta tell yourself no, push it away. And for me, what I personally did is marijuana, honestly, is the only thing that got me away from meth. That's the truth.
Yeah.
And you left the town you were in.
Yeah, and
too.
I left Abilene, Texas, which is horrible with that stuff.
So you replaced it with weed?
Yes, absolutely.
Some people-
I'd rather be scolded for smoking weed than
Yeah.
than doing that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's one of the things I was gonna ask, because some people, like, after they quit an addiction, like, they don't do anything. Like, they won't even drink.
Really?
Like, they stay away from everything.
Ooh, I don't know if I could do that.
Like, you know who Steve-O is, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
He,
Steve-O.
you know, he used to be a massive drug addict, and
Cocaine.
I've seen a couple podcasts with him, way more than cocaine.
And whippets and
Yeah,
acid
ketamine and
PSP and
all kinds of
ketamine,
stuff.
Yeah.
But he doesn't even. I've watched podcasts with him and stuff like that. He doesn't even drink. Like, he doesn't do anything
That's
now.
crazy.
That guy flipped his life around.
He did.
Crazy.
And now he's like a global influencer too.
Oh yeah, it's
Like you know.
ridiculous. But what's crazy is he's still able to do the same things. Like, he still does the same stunts and the same, like, crazy stuff. Like, he's not, like, different, really.
Yeah.
Like, he's the same person.
And yeah, I like how a lot of the things he's doing nowadays, like he's done podcasts. Like I've watched
Yeah.
podcasts of him talking about his previous life with his drug addiction, you know, and how he's gone from that to preaching to people who used to worship him for that, to tell them not to do it. Don't be like me. You know, I wasn't very smart when I did that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I like that a lot about him.
Was there anybody that you looked up to during that was going through the same thing or anything like that? Any celebrities or anything? Or anybody in general?
Honestly, I would say my friend Logan.
Okay.
Be the only person. Because at the time, whenever I was in Abilene and I was down in the dumps and had nobody, he was the only one that was around, you know? He's the only one who would, like, feed me and let me shower at his house or whatever.
Yeah.
He was the only one, so. That's why, honestly, and actually, he right now is actually currently in a very rough situation. He is currently strung out, I guess you could say. And I'm trying to get him to move to San Antonio to get him to clean up and go to a rehab clinic, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, he was a really good friend before he got on that shit, dude. Like, he was my best friend.
Yeah. Is Abilene just not a good place?
It's
No,
not
it's not.
the best place.
That's why I left, man. That's why I left.
Did you guys meet in Abilene?
No, we actually met here in San Antonio
Through mutual friends.
that we're
Okay.
no longer friends with.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Funny how that works, I
that's-
guess.
Yeah, I mean...
yeah, but we had met in August,
Mhm.
so it was like what 3 months after you've been clean.
About, yeah.
So
Yeah.
you met after he was clean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually moved from, see, at the time, whenever I finally woke up and I was like, you know what, dude, I need to get away from this, I need to get a job, I need to do something with my life and be somebody, you know?
Yeah.
I called my brother Zach on the phone, he lives in San Marcos, and I told him everything that was going on and explained the whole situation to him, and I told him straight up, I was like, the only way I'm gonna be able to get away from this is if you help me, dude. Like, if I can come stay at your house for, like, a month and get a job so I can get on my feet. You know, I don't know
Yeah.
anybody in the area to get anything from, so I
Yeah.
will be forced to clean up, you know, and that's what I did. And that's how I cleaned up.
Dang.
So,
Yeah.
my brother Zach is who I think saved me in that situation.
Yeah, and then so I was at my apartment, and some of my roommates at the time, they were friends with him, and I came home from work one day and he was there, and we just hit it off really well, and the rest is history. And now we have our own apartment together.
And the future's a mystery.
We have our own apartment together. We have a cat and a dog.
I'm gonna get that tattooed on.
Oh, yeah?
The rest is history. The future is a mystery.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
You gotta get in like the pretty like cursive script.
Like roses around it.
So,
Right.
Like Luke has all over his
Yeah.
Did you see his new one?
Yes.
If you don't know, my brother got a new tattoo. Well, in addition to a tattoo.
Yeah, no,
That was crazy.
it's crazy.
It's cool.
Like
I like
both
that,
him
though.
and April, like they're so much younger, but they
Yeah.
have all this crazy
Yeah.
like amount of tattoos, and I'm like, oh my god.
My brother got
I
his
got
first
2.
one when he was 18.
I got 2.
At midnight when he turned
Yeah,
18.
That's crazy.
Like he was at the shop. That's when he got this one. The microphone with the rose.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then his second one was the 7 on his back. And then he did
This shit.
the heaven and the hell.
Yeah.
And then he did If You Only Know What It Took.
Hmm.
And then he did the angels fighting the demons right
It's
here.
crazy.
And then he did
He's tatted up,
no,
dude.
no, wait. Before the angels and the demons, he did Sewer Rich.
Mhm.
The Sewer Rich on his arms. Which if you only see him from like this side and you see one arm, it just says sewer on,
Yeah.
on his arm. And people always ask me like, why does his arm say sewer?
Yeah, like it's sewer rich.
I'm like, you gotta see the whole thing. You gotta ask him what it like. It's a whole thing. But then so Sewer Rich, and then the demons and the angels fighting each other, and then
It's a name, right?
Pierce, yeah.
Yeah.
It says Pierce. For some reason. Yeah, that's our brother.
Okay.
Do you play any
What?
I'm sorry.
What?
I was like, do you play any video games?
Every once in a while, yeah. Not so much like recently. I just haven't. But
Yeah.
I mean, I play GTA sometimes. I think that's just fun.
I think everybody loves GTA.
It's just fun. It's stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
Fun.
You just go around and do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's oh my gosh, what's it called? Hitman was a good one. I played.
Hitman was a good
Hitman
one.
was fun. There's another one. It's like a Resident Evil. I could not remember the name of that.
She loves that game.
Yeah.
That game is fun.
We played Resident Evil
Seven.
Biohazard. Yeah. We need to get the new one.
Resident Evil 7.
We need to get Village. It's a continuation of the story. We see them again.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So what is the difference between getting high off of weed and getting high off of meth?
Oh, you don't see alien people
No.
when you're high on weed.
So the one major thing that I want to say right now is you can sleep on marijuana. You cannot sleep on methamphetamines, and you also cannot eat. And so you just
That's
get
why you
really
get so
skinny, and you get because what it does, it releases like 6 times the dopamine, but it releases like 6 times the normal amount of dopamine that your brain releases whenever you have sex. So it releases a lot of dopamine in your brain whenever you do it. But it doesn't make you hungry, but you feel like you don't even, I don't need to eat, I'm not hungry, you know?
Yeah.
You
That's
always
how it
told
makes
me,
you feel.
You told me it made you feel like you were a god.
Yes, that too. That's why it's
Have you ever seen him
dangerous.
on meth?
No.
No.
And he's not allowed to do it while he's with me.
I mean, I'm not.
That's the
I
rule.
was like, I don't plan on doing it regardless.
Yeah. I've made that very clear. If he does it, that I'd be very, very angry with
Now,
him.
don't get me wrong. I will, if I'm at a party having a good time, everything's going right, the mood's set right, I will mess around with some white girl. But that's the one thing I will do.
Yeah.
That's it.
She said if we're going to be in a relationship, you cannot do that.
She's like,
Yeah.
That's my one stipulation.
that's not
Yeah.
once. You can
I-
cheat, but you can't do wrong.
No, I almost got so mad at him one day because I was like, oh, what do you want to do for, like, your 1 year sobriety? And he was like, a whole bunch of fucking... I was like... We were in the car in the drive-thru of somewhere, and I looked at him, and I was like, pull the fuck out of this drive-thru right now.
I was like, yeah. She asked me, and I told her, I was like, you really want to know? I don't think you really want to know. Because to be honest with you, I would love to binge that for a weekend.
But that defeats the whole purpose
But I'm not going
of
to.
being a year sober.
That's what
Yeah.
I want to do, but I'm not going to.
I don't care if that's what you want to do. It's not what you're doing. I'll get you a cake.
Cake made of
Just
Adderall?
make it a giant edible, yeah.
I'd say cake made of Adderall.
Adderall.
How about I make you? I'll make you edibles.
So meth makes you superhuman. Like makes you feel.
That makes you think you
makes
are.
you think you
but
are.
in
yeah.
reality, you're just.
Did
doing
you
a
ever do
drug
any
and becoming
crazy
the scum
things
of
off of it?
society. Yeah. Oh,
That made you
dude.
think you were.
Dude.
Plenty of tweaker stories.
Yeah, you don't even know. But the one thing I do want to say that it made me do a lot of was steal. It made me steal a lot,
Dang.
man. Like, I don't want to say it made me do that, but whenever I was on it, that's just what I did.
It made you feel like you could.
Yeah, like I was invincible. Like, I could do it, and I wouldn't get caught
Yeah.
every time I wanted to, you know?
Yeah.
Just make however much money I wanted to. And so I would still quite a bit of stuff here and there. Like, I'll just be driving down alleyways and just looking for random stuff in people's backyards to take and throw it in my trunk to take it to a pawn shop and sell it.
Oh dang.
That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I did not know that story.
I was pretty bad, man. That's after that point I was like, this shit is not for me, dude.
Yeah.
This isn't how I want my life to be, you know?
Do you remember the first time ever trying it?
Absolutely. I thought it was cocaine.
Oh.
Yep.
So it's a
That's
powder like that?
Yep.
That's what they told him it was.
No, yeah, actually, the guy I mentioned earlier, Logan, actually is the first one who got me to try it because he told me and my friend Anthony at a party that it was...
Not your cousin.
No.
Different Anthony.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, from Abilene. But he told him at a party that he had like 3 lines of coke lined up for each of us. Not in total, but for each of us to come over to his house and we'll do it and have a good time whenever, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so we get there and we do it and it burned like a motherfucker, dude. Like, it burned so damn bad. My ear was fucking, like, or my eyes were tearing, dude. Like, I was just, the biggest thing I remember about it was the burn and then the immediate, just like, holy fuck, I'm Jesus Christ feeling, you know? Like, and you
Did
felt
he know
like
it
that for
wasn't?
the next 24 hours. You felt like that. You felt that good.
Did
and
he
it's
know
dirt
it
cheap.
wasn't? And he was just telling. Did he
Yes,
know? He knew
yes,
it wasn't cocaine.
yes,
he was
he
just telling
did.
you
Yes.
that it was.
Yes.
Mhm.
Did you get mad at him for that?
Yes, I fucking did. We almost fought, actually. Yeah.
Why did he? Well, why? Like, what's the point
Because
of that?
Because he was already strung out on it at
Oh.
the time, and he wanted his friends to feel on the same level that he was.
Oh,
So, yeah.
Mhm.
He didn't want to be the oddball out, so he lied to us and told us it was something else, so we'd all do it with him.
so did he quit before you?
No, he's still on it right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to get him to clean the fuck up, but he refuses.
Yeah.
So.
One day, maybe.
One day. All I can do is try.
Like
Yeah.
we offered a place to stay where he would have to be clean because one, we would make him do drug tests, and
Yeah, I
he would
told
have
him.
to get a job while
I-
he was staying with us.
I told him that he would have to pass a piss test every week, clean of meth. I don't care if he does weed. I don't care. But if he has any methamphetamines in his system, he's out of the house. I told him that 2 days ago. He told me to give me a call back and let me know, like whenever he's gonna come from Abilene to come stay
Yeah.
with us and everything. And he hasn't said anything.
Yeah.
Nope, not a damn thing. That's why I know he's still in Abilene doing it. Cause I'm like, dude, if whenever that happened to me and I was ready to get out, I went that same day. I was like, okay, the only way I'm gonna get away from this is if I leave right now and I
Yeah.
can't get any more. That's the only way I'm gonna get away from it. That's what I did, but he won't do that. So
Is that like a big drug in Abilene?
yes,
Yeah.
it's like their most common one besides H.
Yeah.
So.
What is H?
Heroin.
Oh, there you go.
I never did that. Never did that.
That's a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
you
I
could
feel
say
like-
that.
Yeah.
I feel like anytime we're in Abilene, we always see people doing cocaine.
My
Meth.
sister in particular. I'll put her on blast. I don't care. She got 5 kids.
5 under the age of 7.
Yes. I'll put her on blast right now. And my mom, for that matter.
Yeah.
She be doing it too.
Yeah, but it's
I'm serious. It's bad.
It's a big drug town over there.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's like you can't have fun unless you're doing drugs in Abilene. That's how it is there, basically.
It's because it's such a small area.
I wouldn't say the population's like a little over 100,000, but it's just like 30% of that population is like
No.
fucking
Yeah.
tweakers.
And like the bar scene over there is crazy too because they have these bars that it's like every day from like 7 to 9 they have like 50-cent well drinks.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like people go there and they get fucked up from 7 to 9 on
Oh my gosh.
for super
Yeah.
cheap, and then they go to the other bars and get even more fucked up. And it's not like how it is here where people are like pouring to the counts. They're just like pouring in your cup. It's like you basically have a full
The bartender's there trying to make you feel good.
yeah. So you basically say like because the glasses there that they give it to you and they're like the short glasses. So your glass will basically be all liquor and just a splash of whatever mix you asked for.
Would you like some Sprite with your whiskey, sir?
It's like oh, shit, okay.
And also another thing that I
Like a shot of Coke and then the rest whiskey.
right.
Basically,
Like measure out the Coke and.
With a
Like-
shot glass and then just pour the whiskey bottle in there.
it's basically how it is.
And they also, whenever coronavirus was a huge thing, nobody in Abilene wore masks.
Yeah.
Not a
Wow.
single fucking
And
soul.
then his sister was worried that we were gonna give
Yeah.
COVID to them, and because she's like, so many more people have it in San Antonio. Y'all's like percentage is so much higher. I'm like, but you have to take it into account our percentage to our population
Yeah.
ratio
I.
is
That's
a
one of
little
the things
different.
that has irritated me about this COVID thing. Like people are like, oh my gosh, there's so many deaths from COVID, so many deaths, and it's like, okay, even if there was 500,000 deaths, which there wasn't, it was like 200,000 or something like
Yeah.
that.
yeah, but it does,
Even if there was 500,000, compared
Even
to the
if-
entire population of America,
yeah,
that's not even like
a dent.
San Antonio.
And see,
Exactly.
Like,
see, the flu, literally,
Is also a virus.
is also a virus, has the same effects other than creating a pneumonia in your lungs, and they didn't shut down the country for the flu
Well, also
or the swan flu
You
or
know-
Ebola.
you know what else kills
You know?
millions every single year that it has for like ages?
Huh.
Abortions.
Yeah.
Oof,
Millions upon millions every single
that's
year.
true. No, but like with COVID deaths, not even all of them were actual COVID deaths. Out of all the deaths that were marked as COVID, they weren't even all COVID because
Yeah.
because they were like heart attacks, but they had COVID. Is what we were saying.
Yeah.
So we realized audio wasn't working.
We just recorded this entire conversation without recording the audio, so
That's
we're
why
starting over.
That's why it may seem a little awkward.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can be asymptomatic and still be a carrier of COVID-19.
Yeah, like my brother, I was saying, my brother had COVID, and I ate and drank after him when he had COVID.
Yeah.
On accident, like I obviously wasn't just
Is he-
eating and drinking after him on purpose, but like,
Yeah.
See, I smoked with my roommates who supposedly tested positive for COVID-19. Never got it.
yeah. And there's like a lot of people dying from the vaccines.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about that. They only care if they die about the disease, but
I
not
was
the,
like, what?
not the
Yeah.
vaccine, but the disease.
No, and like I was saying, I feel the same way about the COVID vaccine that I feel about the flu vaccine. It's like, you don't have to get the flu vaccine, and most people who don't get the flu vaccine never get the flu.
Yeah.
Also, did you know that nobody can ask you for proof for your COVID vaccine?
Yeah.
That's,
That's another thing that's like you go to the store, it says only if you're vaccinated you don't have to wear a mask. It's like
Yeah.
how are they supposed to know?
I'll just
Yeah,
tell
they
them I'm
can't-
vaccinated.
they can't even ask you if you're vaccinated.
Like, oh, I didn't mean I was
It's-
vaccinated for COVID. I was vaccinated for the flu. when I was
Yeah,
younger.
well, no, 'cause, like also with like
The bird
some
flu. Okay.
some places, they're like now allowing their employees to not have to wear masks if they're vaccinated. For instance, Main Event was saying like, oh, if you give us your vaccination, we'll give you like 2 hours of paid work when you're not actually here working, and we'll give you like a little sticker to put on your name tag,
Yeah.
so we know you don't have to wear a mask. I'm like, that's like a violation of HIPAA, because people are gonna notice, oh, well, that person's not wearing a mask, and like they have a sticker, but this person who's serving me is wearing a mask,
Yeah.
and they don't have that sticker. They're gonna catch on to that real fast, and that's gonna single people out.
Yeah.
I
think
mean, the
people-
world's already segregated right now,
Oh,
as
yeah.
it is.
I think people just listen to whatever the government has to say,
Yeah.
regardless if it's true or not, or like severe or not. Like they just listen.
I mean, obviously, we got Biden as a president.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That makes me embarrassed.
See,
Like,
honestly, yes.
it just makes me feel embarrassed.
Like, I'd rather have. No, I don't know about the Clinton. I don't know. I was gonna say I'd rather have Hillary,
Clinton?
but that's a hard one.
I don't know.
Hillary Clinton.
I don't
Honestly,
know.
that's a hard choice between Clinton and Biden.
I don't know. With Hillary Clinton, we would have Mr.
Hillary.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman as our first
Monica
husband, and I don't know
Yeah.
how.
The nutsack Eminem song. That's what I just thought of.
Gosh, man. Dude, I've tried to listen to Biden speak, and it's like not even.
It's 'cause
It's so
coherent.
awkward.
Stutters all the time.
Dude, all the time.
We're gonna be talking about something and talking about trains.
Yeah.
Like what?
It's like,
You're the
okay.
president.
It's
We're
like-
getting distracted by a choo-choo train.
But
There
if
is
you
this-
post a video on social media, it's perfect clear English.
There was this interesting theory that I saw that the only reason they had Biden as their like candidate was because they knew that Kamala Harris wouldn't win by herself, so they were hoping he would
Oh.
pass away
Oh, they're gonna
and she would become the new president.
declare him mentally incompetent, and then Kamala's gonna be the
Yeah.
president. Her
See, I've been
husband said
hoping
it.
for that.
Her husband said it one time
yeah.
on accident at one of the press things. He
That's-
was like,
I feel like-
my wife's gonna be the next president. And everybody was like,
I feel like that's been the plan all
Excuse
along.
me?
what? And then what? Biden was talking about running for Senate, and everybody was like, you're not running for Senate. You're running for president.
He was like, oh.
It's because wasn't
Like-
wasn't he in the Senate? No, he was a vice president.
No, he was the vice president
For
with Obama. Yeah.
Yeah. The Obama administration. Because he always brings up the Obama administration
Yeah.
in any of his speeches.
It's like, but I feel like he needs to stop bringing up the Obama administration because, it's like,
Obama's not our president, Joe Biden.
like
you are
it's like Joe Biden. You're not the vice president anymore. You're
Yeah.
the president.
president.
Also,
Does your memory?
But Obama did say it's on recording, like you can watch it. He said that he wasn't going to do 4 more years as president after that term or whatever, but he said that he would like to be behind the scenes. He would like to be speaking into someone's ear. Like, he said this, like, straight out. Like, I would like to be sitting in my chair, like, in my house on the couch.
So I would say he doesn't want the hard work of a president, but he wants to be a president.
Yeah.
That sounds a little bit more like a dictatorship to me, since he already had his 2 consecutive terms. He cannot serve a third term.
Yeah.
Dude, what? No, there's no way. That's impossible.
The only way for him to have served a third term is if we went into World War III while he was still the president.
Yeah.
Because you can't.
Yeah.
Because we can't do another election while in a major war like that.
If you guys can't tell, I lean pretty conservatively.
Same.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like a jerk to like liberals, and I'm not like.
No. Like, I don't really care
like,
what your political preference
weird
is.
about it. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just like I don't like that whole aspect of people being like, well, if you're not on my side, like, I fucking hate you. It's like, we can have an intellectual conversation about the issues without it being a fight.
Yeah, I was raised heavily conservative.
Yeah, so have I been.
So
I have been as well.
Same.
So have I been.
So my dad was definitely like, my dad still has a Trump sign in his front yard.
But I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, well, their parents believe it, so they're conservative. That's not true.
Well,
like,
no,
I've done my own research. I've learned.
Yeah,
my own
you have to
stuff.
do your research. It's just.
You gotta dig up. You gotta dig. On the
yeah,
internet. You
it's
just
just
gotta dig
certain.
to figure out the facts.
And I haven't only looked up conservative. Like, I look up liberal things too, and I look up their side.
Yeah, I would say.
Most of the time, it doesn't make sense, but.
I'm a moderate-leaning conservative because there are some things that I agree.
That would be me too. Moderate-leaning conservative.
Because there are things that I agree with on the liberal side, but there's also things that I agree with on the conservative side.
I'm more conservative though.
Yeah.
There's a few things
I just
that
try
I
to
agree
be
with
fair.
from liberals.
I just try to be fair.
Yeah. Exactly. Call it on the middle.
Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna be like, just like roast on Trump and say like he was a horrible president, because he wasn't.
He did a lot of good things for our economy.
But I'm not gonna do the same thing with Biden either. Like,
yeah.
Obviously, he's not very competent, and he's like, but who knows what he's gonna do? Like, I'm not just gonna be like.
He's supposedly a pedophile as well.
Yeah.
And I've seen videos of that.
Yeah. That's a big issue in a lot of our political leaders, though.
It's harder to be more neutral when there's like actual evidence.
Yeah, actual video evidence that you've seen with your eyes.
Like him seeing the
pinching a little girl's nipple on stage on live television is not okay.
It's like, did you go senile for a second there and
forget
you were on camera?
Cupped that little boy's mouth.
Yeah.
And kissed him on the head.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Dude, get up. If that was my son, I'll punch him in the face. If you ever touch my son like that again.
Like, people always get so mad when I say this, but Michael Jackson's Neverland theme park in his backyard that he invited children to, and people are like, oh, he didn't ever actually do anything, and I'm like, yeah, but it's still weird that he only invited children to this theme park.
Yeah.
Love Michael Jackson though.
Yeah. I feel like if the media didn't tell people to not like Trump, they wouldn't have been so against him.
Oh yeah, people just didn't like him because celebrities didn't like him because they were disgruntled.
But see, it's only some of the media. It's only like
CNN.
CNN
especially is the biggest one that I hate.
Yeah.
But see, people didn't freak out when Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of California.
Yeah.
Like,
what?
Even though he's completely foreign.
He's completely. Yeah.
I mean, Obama was supposedly. I mean, Hawaii's in Texas.
He never gave up his birth. He never gave up his birth certificate, though.
Really? How could he become president?
Because he's a Democrat.
Yeah.
It's like money, paying off people, Democrats.
No.
It makes sense.
Yeah, no, but Arnold Schwarzenegger was a celebrity, and then he became the governor of California, and nobody even thought twice about it. But Trump isn't a politician; he's a celebrity.
Even Ronald Reagan was an actor.
Yeah. It's not an uncommon thing in American politics.
And that's not a rule to become president. It doesn't say anywhere that you have to have all this political experience.
No, you have to be
I was going to say,
you have to be 45, I think.
Isn't it 35?
Maybe 35, yeah. And then you
best
have to
president
be an American citizen.
in American history. Go.
Ronald Reagan.
Okay,
As far as I can think right now. I mean, I could probably do more.
He's like,
I think Ronald Reagan had the best
Ronald
impact
Reagan
on our
was
economics.
He was.
Ronald Reagan was good.
He was a really good president.
I don't think he's. Well, in my opinion, he wasn't the best.
I feel like Kennedy could have done a lot.
JFK.
Yeah.
Like he could have done
He
a lot
was a
more.
different kind of Democrat.
JFK.
He wasn't like this blue-haired,
yeah.
crazy
If he would have had more
baby.
time.
If he hadn't got assassinated, JFK would have definitely done something different in this country.
He-
I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like the country would be extremely different than it was
No,
today.
I don't think it would be extremely different just because he could only serve his 2 more years. But
Yeah, but I mean,
He's probably assassinated for a reason.
probably. But speaking of Kennedy, there's like this crazy theory that I saw online that
Trump killed him. Just
that
kidding.
Jackie actually set up his murder because she knew about the affair he was having with Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah.
And
Marilyn Monroe,
they were in love.
the president, was
JF
in love with Marilyn.
JFK.
She was the one that sang "Happy Birthday" to him and all
Yeah.
that.
Dear Mr. President. Yeah. No, but JFK and Marilyn Monroe were in love, and Jackie Kennedy killed her husband.
She didn't kill him. She had him killed.
Same thing. She paid for it.
And whoever did it was very, very good at their job because they still, to this day, have
Yeah,
yet
same
to be
thing.
identified.
And I'm completely kidding. Please don't sue me.
We're gonna go watch this on YouTube as soon as it's up.
Seeing I'm gonna like pick this up.
Be like, girl comes up with wild theory that.
This podcast is gonna get canceled.
I know. They have like Men in Black shoots showing up at your front door. So we have to take all your equipment.
So since you brought
I'll
up
have
Men
them
in
on the podcast.
right. Well, since you brought up Men in Black, aliens.
This week on the podcast, I have the Men in Black.
God is an alien changed my mind.
Have you ever seen those videos of the dude that sits on campus and says "Change my mind" on his
Yes.
That's
Dude,
what I just said.
I love that guy, dude.
Oh,
He
like,
just
So
God is
funny.
an alien
destroys
changed my
everybody.
mind. If you can prove me otherwise.
I mean, that kind of makes sense.
It does make sense. Because he's a foreign power.
It's an otherworldly power that we don't really know much about.
Don't know anything about.
Yeah. And he
Realistically, nothing at all.
and he supposedly impregnated a woman without her doing what you're supposed to do to
See-
get impregnated.
I think that God is, well, in humans' eyes, I think that God is an alien. But as far as all beings go, he's just,
An entity.
an entity. Yeah.
yes, he's. But the thing is, I don't think that he just came from nowhere, like I don't want to say like the Bible says, but the Bible says that Adam and Eve are what started mankind, right?
It's like, but where did God come
But
from?
where did my only question with that is how in the hell were the Egyptian pyramids fucking built?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think about the Bible says Adam and Eve and whatever, but I always think about like, so we learned about dinosaurs.
Yeah, where the
That was
dinosaurs-
Where in
that
the
was
world
before
were
the big boom.
dinosaurs? But the Bible says
But
that God made the light and all this.
but God made everything, so God would have had to make the dinosaurs
So
too.
were the dinosaurs walking around?
But what
with
made
Adam and
God?
Eve? Like where?
That's what made God. Where did he?
That's a good question. We don't
That's exactly. That's why I think.
Aliens.
Ask him when you get to heaven.
Yes, if I mean. never
Write
mind.
this down.
I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say, never mind.
Yeah, no, because it's just a really interesting thing to think about because it's like, oh, there's only these two people. We all came from Adam and Eve.
So we're all brothers and sisters. So we're all
But-
incest.
But there had to have been
If you want to think about it that
there
way.
had to have been more people because Cain and Abel, did they have children with their mother?
But I always think about that too. Like,
There
so Adam and Eve had Seth, Cain, and Abel,
Yeah,
but there was no girls for them to have kids with
exactly.
besides
Yeah.
Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're all incest. If the Bible's true, just saying.
So I talked about this with my mom one time, and she has a really interesting take on it. She said that there were already other people on Earth, but
Then why did
Adam.
the Bible mention that?
Can I
I'm
finish?
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But Adam and Eve were a new experiment that God had created once he cast the devil out. And these were the first pure people ever to be created that hadn't been tainted by this fallen angel. So he wanted to see how long
But
they
didn't-
could stay pure.
But didn't God
So-
create the angel that the devil turned into? That turned into the devil?
So then, did he try again after the flood with Noah for a third time?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know. That's why religion's so tricky. But
So tricky.
But see, if you think about it, other angels, they can't create life. So,
Actually, in the Bible, there are these things called Nephilim, which is when an angel has a kid with a human. It's called Nephilim.
It's like a demon, like
they're
a
giants.
demigod.
They're giants.
So like a Titan.
Sure.
Attack on Titans.
No, I'm thinking of like Hercules Titan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Do you think Adam and Eve were cavemen?
I mean.
They could have. I mean, if you really think about
Were
it.
cavemen real though?
Yeah. Neanderthals.
Bunga.
But I mean, if you really think about it, the renditions we always.
Like, how do you communicate? What? How do you have intelligence at that level?
You don't.
Exactly. So how do
I
you
mean, how do you communicate with your dog? You know your dog's
Instinctive?
hungry when they're hungry.
Is it just like instinctive, you know?
Well, see,
Probably.
they know they need to eat, and then the
Like,
man.
oh, booga booga hungry. Go fish. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll stop.
What was I saying? But it makes sense because if you like look at what we always see the rendition of what Adam and Eve are wearing, they're wearing like leaves that
Yeah.
could have easily been like skin of animals they killed to eat.
Yeah. Also, it says that Eve ate the fruit or whatever and gave it to Adam and all that.
Which
But it
is
never
all-
says that the fruit was an apple. And everybody always thinks it's an apple. What do you think the fruit
it's a
was?
pomegranate actually.
Could be.
Or there's another thing. They often use fruit in the Bible as a metaphor for sex.
The
So
fruits of your labor.
so basically
I heard that somewhere the other day actually
Yeah,
where they
so-
said pop the cherry. Pop the cherry.
Yeah, so
Dance around
Eve
that.
didn't actually eat any fruit. She had sex with the
Yeah.
snake.
Yeah. I heard that. I heard something about
Yeah.
that like the
Like
other.
a snake entered her vagina?
The snake.
Is that what you're telling me?
The devil disguised as a snake.
Oh.
I heard something about that the other day, like the fruit referred to the popping of the cherry.
Yeah,
That's what they thought.
it's
I don't know.
crazy.
Pop into the. I'm like,
Yeah, but no.
So-
But I'm like, no, I read this thing and apparently it's a pomegranate. It was like, if she did eat a fruit, it would have been a pomegranate.
Oh.
Which,
Pomegranates aren't even that good.
I like pomegranates.
They're not that great. Not gonna lie.
I don't think I've had a good pomegranate.
I don't think you.
They just look weird when you open them with all
Bad
those seeds in there.
That's right, there is no such thing as a bad pomegranate.
Oh, is that so?
Maybe it was an avocado.
It's obviously
Maybe she made guacamole.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
He doesn't like avocados, so
I like guacamole. I like my mom's guacamole.
there
Let
you
me correct
go.
that.
I was like, I tried to give him some of my guacamole the other day, and I had like my chips and like I had like chips.
Chicks and guacamole.
No, I had chips and salsa and I had a little bit of guacamole, and I was like, oh, here, you want some guacamole? And you're like, ew,
What?
no. And when last time we had Mexican food, you're like, there's guacamole on my plate. And he got so mad.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's terrible.
Wow, so we went from meth to
Guacamole.
I'd rather.
That's how our conversations go
it's a
on the
good
daily.
spectrum. It's a good spectrum.
It's because I'm not afraid to talk about it. Like,
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not afraid to.
I like these kind of podcasts. Not afraid to talk about anything. Drugs,
I was like, I'm and like just the same thing with weed. Like I've openly, both of my parents know that I smoke pot.
Yeah.
And I've smoked with my mom. My dad refuses because he's like I said, super conservative. Like
Yeah.
like born and raised in Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yes, exactly. Like my dad is very, very, very.
Do you remember your? So you said you remember your first time doing meth. Do you remember your first time smoking weed?
Yes. It was.
That was with Zach, right?
Yes, it was with my brother Zach. Actually, yeah, I was 15 years old. I went over to him and his friend had a house north of Abilene at the time. His friend's name was Thomas, and he brought me out there. We got there about 6 o'clock. He started pulling out all his goodies, you know. Pull out the bong. It was a giant fucking water bong. My first time ever hitting it. And he loaded a bowl, and he was like, all right, Jacob, you're about to get stoned out of your mind. And I was like, okay, and I did it. And I ripped it, because I never smoked weed before, so I fucking ripped it, not knowing I was going to die for 30 minutes. And, yeah, I ended up sitting over the toilet, drinking a bottle of water, thinking I was going to throw up. Never threw up, though. Never once in my life have I thrown up from weed, except for dabs. But, yeah, that was my first time smoking weed. And, the biggest thing I remember is being very, 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 very tired.
Yeah.
It's the biggest thing I remember.
Do you prefer sativa to indica or anything? Or indica to
Yeah,
sativa?
sativa to indica, definitely.
Really?
Or no.
It
Yeah.
depends.
No. If I'm trying to go to sleep, It's indica couch. if I'm not trying to go to sleep, I'll smoke sativa.
He was like, it depends. Sometimes he'll do an indica.
Or I'll do hybrid.
Yeah, he likes hybrids.
I like hybrids. A little bit of both.
There you go.
Mixture of both worlds.
I've never done dab, actually.
Oh.
I've never done that.
You should do
I've only done
do
blunts
it.
and bongs and whatever a few times. I don't like bongs at all. I think they're stupid.
Yeah.
I think they're like worthless. Like why do you want to hurt your lungs? Like you can smoke a blunt or a joint and it's the same thing,
But
minus the chest.
See,
yes, but you have to
but for-
purchase that every time you want to smoke.
Yeah.
But see,
If
for
you
me,
buy
Pipe,
a bong,
you can get a
it's
pipe
like
still.
I mean, I have both. So.
yeah, but for
I
like
have
for
bongs and
me,
pipes.
like a joint or like a blunt, it's like almost too hot. So like with a bong, it's not as
It
hot.
doesn't burn her throat.
Yeah.
so much
Yeah.
when she hits it.
I like joints. If I'm gonna smoke anything,
I have a
it's
joint
always
roller.
joints. Little white, little.
I can take that out to Stockdale tonight.
Those are joints are. The joints are cool. I
Yeah.
if I was gonna smoke anything, it'd be a joint. I don't like the blunt because it always gets like leaf in my mouth and it's.
Yeah, you get
Scooby
Scooby snacks.
Yeah. I don't like that very much.
You get that. I mean, usually I feel like that depends on like the person that's rolling it. If
Yeah.
the person's good at rolling it, you won't have Scooby snacks.
Yeah.
Obviously, if they're bad.
I've never smoked a backwood either. I've only done like swishers and like
Oh, I've smoked tobacco.
little
Or,
like that.
or
No,
20.
King Kong fingers, what they call them. I've done edibles like once or twice.
She likes edibles.
That's
I
my
don't.
thing.
I mean, I don't not like them. They just put me to sleep. Like,
Yeah.
I just go right to sleep. It doesn't do like.
You,
No
you
matter
don't
where
feel.
I'm
You
at,
don't.
I'm
You
going
don't.
to sleep.
You don't feel. Within 45 minutes,
Yeah.
I am going to sleep.
Yeah. I prefer to drink though. I like to drink. I'll drink.
Yeah,
I'll put down some whiskey.
that's good to know.
Yeah. We met at the bar.
I know. Can't do it. But you don't. But you said earlier you don't really like to drink at the bar because you like to make sure everybody else is okay.
Yeah.
You know. So at least here in your own room, you know, you actually
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
you'll
I
have,
have to be
you'll have a couple
careful.
of drinks with me.
Doing the podcast and drinking because like if I don't eat before it or something and I start to drink, I'll forget like the podcast.
I feel that though. I've been there. Not
He
not with
always-
that, but my Xbox.
He always
I
gets so
swear.
mad when I'm like, hey, let's eat before we drink. He's like, no, that's gonna kill my buzz. And I'm like, okay, then, and then like we
No, you want to eat while we're drinking. That's
Okay.
what it is.
because you're getting fucked up.
Yeah, and I'm like, if I eat, I ain't gonna want to drink anymore. And I feel like it's not. I'm not gonna have any more fun. So it's like it kills my buzz, you know, kills my vibe.
Have you ever done a whippet?
Yes.
I've never done a whippet.
Really?
I've never. That just seems so dangerous to me. Like that.
Honestly, it's laughing gas.
Yeah.
Like they use it at a dentist. you know?
Oh.
Yeah, whippets. That's nitrous oxide in a.
Oh, wait.
in a-
Oh, what Logan did in his car the other day.
No, that wasn't a whippet. That was he's retarded and he has brain damage from that. So this guy decided to take a
This is the
duster
same
for.
whippet that you said saved your
Yes,
Yes.
yes. But he is now much further gone because of this, probably. But he likes to take an air duster, like for a keyboard,
Oh
like to
my
clean a
gosh,
computer,
yeah. Mhm.
and I'll put it over his shirt, and hold the air duster, and he says it gets him high. I'm like,
And
dude,
he-
you're just killing your fucking brain cells.
Like
That's all that's
WD-40
happening.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, we saw him do it for a good
Like he just huffs shit, man. Like
It was
any,
like
you
what-
name it, he's huffed it basically.
It was like
Gosh.
what, a minute, like straight he did
And
it.
he took like a fat 30-second hit of that.
Yeah, it was.
duster can.
A hit of a duster.
Yeah, no, like,
Yes.
and we were just like, what
That's
the?
not a good term.
Yeah, exactly.
We were like, okay.
Just
Yeah.
in the car, like, what a hit of this?
You
WD-40.
know?
Like
Like he was like,
brake cleaner.
no, like he was like in his car and he was like,
Yo,
like-
let me hit that.
and he was
bro.
like,
Hey, bro, let me hit that brake cleaner, dude.
yeah, he was. We were like, okay.
Let
Does
me
it have
let
any
me hit your
scent?
spray paint can real
It doesn't
quick.
have any scent, does it?
Huh?
It doesn't have any scent?
No, it does.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, it's
It smells like cleaner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you're basically just like inhaling fucking bleach fumes.
Just might as well just spray Windex. And just,
Right? Just like spray it up your nose.
like, just straight up. Don't give anybody ideas. Please do not do that if you're
Yeah,
watching
no,
this
don't do
podcast.
that.
Don't do that at home, kids.
But if you do, tag us in the video.
Adults
Just kidding.
also, not just kids.
If you're an adult and you're that dumb to do it, do it. If not, don't do it.
If you know someone who does do that, please get them help.
That's right.
Yeah.
As best
Contact
as
your
you can.
local rehab center.
Gosh. You can't bring someone into a rehab center, right? They have to go of their own volition.
You can take someone in there.
No, it has to be. Okay, so this actually almost happened to me one time. My sister tried to scare me with this. I don't think I told you the story before. I just tripped vape juice. This thing is leaking so fucking bad.
I don't know what you did to it.
But anyways, so my sister, whenever I was on this shit really bad for like a year and a half before I decided to move to San Marcos, my sister was trying to tell me that she was going to have my grandma, my Gigi, because she was telling me that she was going to force me to go into rehab, basically. And I was like, you can't do that. Like, I'm a grown man. I'm over 18.
Yeah.
You cannot make me do that. Like, I don't want to. And she was like, well, you know what? If I get 2 family members, like your immediate blood family members, to agree to submit you to rehab, then we can force you to go to rehab. I was like, what? I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have 2 full blood family members force you, and they can.
Or a spouse.
Or spouse, yes. Or your wife or husband can submit you to rehab. Yeah.
So I want to get into this before we end the podcast. I want to go off on this tangent here.
Okay.
That reminded me of The Office when he tries to bring Meredith to rehab. And they're like running around in a circle in the parking lot. But we're lovers of The Office.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
I always talk about on the podcast, like with a lot of people that love The Office, that I think that The Office is the best TV show there is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's hilarious.
It's my number one TV show.
People who don't think The Office is funny just don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, they can't find humor in everyday tasks.
Yeah.
It's just like Pam says at the end, there's beauty in ordinary things.
Exactly.
Isn't that kind of the point?
See, and okay. I want to talk about something real quick. As far as a career goes, in my opinion, the only way you are actually going to be happy and successful at your career is if you love your work.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you have a passion for your work, that is the only way.
That was one of the things about the show. One of the best things is Michael loved his job.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And not only the job, he loved the people.
The people, yeah.
Yeah, the people. Yeah.
Okay, so if you notice that it zoomed in more, we switched cameras, battery died. But we're good. Okay.
It looks like a nicer camera, though. Canon.
Yeah, it is. It's my photography camera.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, like all your Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I was actually going to ask you if you can get some shots of me
Yeah.
for my Instagram. That'd be dope.
For sure.
Because I was like, he's got some good shots.
Yeah.
Seeing him and Luke, the shots.
Have you even seen my photography page?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I follow both of them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What were you saying? You want to love your job?
Yes. I want to make money doing my passion. That's what I want out of life.
There you go.
And you know what my passion is? Fishing.
Okay. You should do you should make like your own bait company or something.
See, I was thinking like they have like tour boats.
Okay.
Like guides, fishing guides, you know?
Yeah.
Like on the coast. And I was thinking like doing something like that would be like really fucking really cool.
That'd be cool.
That I would love to wake up every day to hit the water in my boat, you know?
Yeah.
I would never ever get tired of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really love like that little small town oceanside living type of vibe. Like, because anytime we go to like Port Aransas, we just drive around, and I love all the little towns, like in the little shops, and I think it'd be a really nice life.
The coast is just a really nice place to be.
Yeah.
And the only downside is hurricanes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you got a strong enough boat, you can ride out a hurricane.
And if your house is built correctly,
you just gotta get into the right cove where you're shielded by land from the wind of the hurricane.
Yeah.
And you can actually like have a hurricane-proof house. Like, I don't know if you've seen them, but they're like the rounded like golf ball-looking houses.
Okay.
Those are like.
Like domes.
Yeah, like an igloo, but without the little front part.
Yeah, but those are really safe houses to be in during a hurricane.
Before we get too far off topic here, back to The Office. What I was gonna say was that I said it was like my favorite show. I think everybody should watch The Office at least once.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've seen it.
Everybody.
Trust me.
I know you've seen it, Jacob.
We need to restart it again.
I'm rewatching it right now. Actually,
Really?
I'm in season 3 somewhere.
Honestly, we should rewatch it.
We should.
Because it's just a funny show to watch.
It is.
I think it's one of the most realistic shows.
It is.
Jim and Pam are my favorites. Not gonna lie.
I think it's one of the most realistic shows. Like, all the storylines are different.
And Dwight.
You know.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel reality show because like, sometimes like the shows that are supposed to be like they have the cameras following them around.
Yeah.
They can feel a bit reality showish, even though they're not actually reality shows.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, y'all get what I mean.
Yeah.
But it feels very real, and it's just they're doing real mundane tasks
Yeah.
of life.
And also, like, not all the storylines are, like, ending, like, super...
I'm doing it to get the crap out of it.
Oh, burn your coil, don't do that.
Not all the storylines are, like, fairy tale. Like,
Exactly.
you know, Michael Scott got his ending, sure, but it took him, like, forever to get there. Like, all this growth.
Took him.
Jim and Pam got
How
their
many seasons?
ending, but they still, like, fought, and they still went through all these struggles and stuff like
Exactly.
that. And even Roy, like, it wasn't the end of Roy. Like, he still got what he needed, and...
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't, like,
I
they
forgot
just,
about Roy.
they just weren't a good
Roy.
fit, like Roy and Pam.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they found who they were a good fit with, and they
Exactly.
were fine, right? But Andy didn't end up with anybody, even
Yeah.
though that was, like, his main goal, like, the entire
Aaron.
series. Like, he wanted somebody.
Like him
Yeah.
and Aaron. But
Yeah.
I don't know. There was something about them together that I was like,
But he ended up learning, like, that like, being happy where you are and, like, loving your life is more important than...
yeah.
Because it really is, man. Because if you hate your job, you are not gonna be a happy person every day.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're not gonna be genuinely happy every day. You know.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you if you
no.
do not like your job.
Like going because I'm one of the biggest people to say that I have hated jobs, and just going into it, it's like you don't want to work as hard, you don't want to get things done as fast or as correctly.
You're not as attentive to detail and precision.
Yeah.
especially.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I also think, like, they chose great actors and
They
actors.
chose a
Like, an amazing
perfect
cast.
cast.
Like, they're not like these like
They look like normal people.
Pam
Yeah.
isn't J-Lo or something, like,
Yeah.
weird. Like, she's normal looking.
she's attractive, but she's not like a supermodel.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
someone you would see. Like,
Yeah.
that. Like, I don't feel like it would be too odd to run into someone that looked like her.
Yeah, no, and it's just normal looking people doing a normal thing. It's not like they're working for a paper company. It's not like they're working for like this like multi-billion dollar tech guru company.
Yeah.
And it's like it just feels so real, and
Yeah.
like things that they go through, some of us do go through.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Where did you get that?
Fiverr.com.
Huh. That's cool because like I like how it has like your little mustache with your glasses.
Yeah.
And the mic.
I put up my mustache today and it makes me sad.
Fiverr.
Do you have to use like a curling iron or what?
I put like pomade in it and
Oh really?
Curling iron.
No way.
Yeah, pomade.
I'm gonna start gelling my mustache.
Do you have length on it?
I mean, I got enough.
You got a little bit. Yeah, you can do like a little.
Yeah, I got enough.
You know, but
And I trim it too a lot.
is Fiverr still like super crazy? How it used to be?
Not really.
Okay, because like I remember when it first came out, like all sorts of YouTubers were doing all these crazy videos.
Yeah.
And a lot of them got a lot of backlash
Yeah.
for those videos.
Yeah. Oh, there goes the light. We killed the light. Oh well.
Oh,
It's okay.
lighting's
it's okay.
changed. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I think everybody should watch The Office. At least
Yeah.
once. I think it has a lot of valuable lessons.
It does.
I think it made me a better person, almost.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
if that's a stretch, but but I at least made me think of things in different ways and like
Yeah.
Like a
you know.
different view,
Yeah.
different perspective. I was gonna say I hate to do this.
Specifically, Andy's quote like stuck with me forever when he said, "I wish there was a way to know you were in the good old days where you've actually left them."
Mhm.
Yeah.
I forgot about Andy. I forgot that he like took over for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say I hate to do this, but we're gonna have to be leaving here shortly.
Oh yeah, we're about to wrap up right now. But before we do, I do want to make sure to reestablish that you are clean now.
Yes.
Yes.
You defeated that.
I'm a little drunk, but I'm just kidding.
You defeated that. If someone else is in that position, what is your biggest suggestion to them? Oh, that's a
You
good
gotta
one.
want to help yourself. You gotta want it. If you don't want to help yourself, then you're never gonna get helped. That's
doesn't-
straight up.
It doesn't matter how
If
much.
you don't want to get off of it, you ain't gonna get off of it.
Yeah,
That's
it doesn't
my
matter
only,
how
that's
much
my only
your friend-
advice.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Doesn't matter how much your friends or family want to help. Because he's told me, like, family wanted to help him, but he just...
I just didn't want it.
Yeah.
Didn't want to be helped. I wanted more. You know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing with the addicts, man. Is they don't want the help. They don't want to be put on the spot, that you don't want to talk about, you'll lie to anybody saying like, no, I don't do meth,
Yeah.
Oh, what are you talking about? Why are you accusing me of shit? Like, no, you gotta fucking admit that shit, and you gotta want help.
Yeah.
And I feel for a lot of addicts, they don't want to admit that they have a problem.
Mm-hmm. I think that's where the problem comes from.
So how much better does it feel to be off of it? Like to tell someone that's on it, like how much better is it?
People don't look down on me like the way they used to. People don't talk. I mean, besides my father, apparently.
Yeah.
He's the only one who seems to be telling people that I'm still doing meth, which like I said, been clean for almost 12 months now.
Yeah.
But.
And how much your body feels better and all that?
Oh yeah, dude.
Healthier.
Yeah. I'm lazy. I play video games a lot, but yeah. I love video games. But dude, it definitely is. And another thing, actually, that I want to talk about is quitting cigarettes. Because quitting cigarettes, you regain so much taste. It is incredible.
Really?
And I never knew it until I quit smoking cigarettes.
Oh, wow.
Like, 'cause I was smoking for like 5 years before I finally quit. 6 years maybe. And yeah, dude, like the taste is incredible. It's like you're a baby again.
You remember being a baby?
No. Absolutely not. I remember parts from when I was like 3 years old. Is the only thing I remember is airplanes. So we went to like an air show when I was like 4 years old. And I remember it.
I don't remember what we had for dinner last night. So.
Same, actually. No, I had quesadillas.
So there you go. Meth is bad.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. If you do it, make it a learning experience, not a habit.
Do watch The Office.
And
watch The Office if you haven't.
Watch Friends too. Okay.
Don't let the media control your brain.
Yeah, do
your own research.
Do your own research.
Form your own opinions.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
And
don't,
if you live
don't
in
watch CNN.
And if you live in Abilene, move.
Yes.
Get fuck out of there. God damn it.
All right, we're gonna move on to the quote of the day real quick. Let's see what we got here. Your life is your message to the world. Make sure it's inspiring. Hey, that was fitting. That's pretty fitting.
I was gonna say that's
Yeah.
it's a little on the nose.
A little ironic. Coincidental right there. After what we were just talking about.
While I put this on here, you guys can go ahead and put your signatures onto that bad boy.
Peace out, y'all. We got it. Oh. What color do you want? I want green for marijuana. Lean into the mic every time I say that.
What color is math?
Should I sign a Jacob or Sean? What color? What?
Color is math.
Isn't it clear?
Clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just like Breaking Bad.
Yep.
Like glass.
Yep. It's like crystals, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, if you saw it side by side with cocaine, would you know the difference?
Absolutely.
Did you ever get any weird situations trying to buy it?
Like a drug deal.
Yeah, did you have to go to any sketchy places or like?
You don't even know the half of it, man. Dude, I'm telling you, man. I went to there's this place in Abilene called The Branch, okay, and it is the most ghetto apartment complex you'll ever see in your life, and that is where most of the tweakers in Abilene are located at. No, not Megan Fox. Leave it.
Yes, so the signature says Megan Fox because that is my legal name. Again, she was not famous when I was born.
We're not showing your ID though.
What were you saying? The Branch.
Oh yeah. So yeah, basically, I knew these two guys there named Brennan and Brandon Doss. They were basically twin brothers, and
So you're just giving out everybody's name.
yeah. No. You know why though? Because
one of them
my
is
sister, my mother.
one of them is on the news right now, and that's why I'm not afraid to say his name.
Because he's
probably going to
wanted
jail
right
soon.
now?
Yeah, he's wanted.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
And
fine.
I'm not afraid of him either way, honestly. They're both they've both been strung out for years and years and years, and they're both super fucking. I don't want to say twiggy, but they're just, I don't know.
Tweakers.
Yes. Some way you can put it.
Yeah.
God bless their souls. Hopefully.
What were you saying about them in the branch?
Brandon actually tried to rob me one time, and I actually like, it wasn't really like, it was a push fight.
Yeah.
No fist ever swung. It was pushing and screaming. But basically, he tried to rob me for a gram of marijuana and $10 for a 20 sack of methamphetamines. And I proceeded to push him on the hood of my car and scream at him, and he gave me the shit. And then I left.
What's a normal price for?
For like a full gram?
Yeah.
40. And that is not shit considering a gram of coke is $80 right now.
Yeah.
Man,
If you're paying
you can
anyone,
literally
now you're
get a
getting ripped
20
off.
sack of
Yeah.
dope and be high for a week.
Depends where
It's
you live.
ridiculous.
If you're gonna do meth, at least don't get ripped off.
God damn it.
But again, don't do meth.
Yeah. So don't do meth.
Just don't
But
do
do
it.
watch The Office. That's
Yes.
our podcast. And do your own research.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. There you go.
Oh,
Thank
and
you.
aliens are real. And God's an alien.
Oh, there you go. Thank you for watching our podcast.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate
Cheers.
it.
Thank you
guys.
for having us.
And we will see you in the next one. Oh, wait. Coming up here soon, it'll be 1 year since I've been doing podcasts.
Oh, really?
On June 13th.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you started doing podcasts right before I quit doing Damn.
2 anniversaries to celebrate.
Oh my gosh. We just have one big party.
Yep, there we go.
Let's do it.
Maybe for that anniversary, I'll do a whole bunch of
Unfortunately, I gotta get out of here and go purchase some marijuana.
There you go. Yeah, thank you for watching this podcast. I will see you in the next one. And if you have any ideas for what to do for my 1 year, the Office is playing through my laptop.
Is that been happening this whole
I
time?
don't think so.
I hope not.
Again, watch The Office.
Damn it.
The Spheres want you to watch The Office, so watch The Office.
If
His
that's not a sign,
laptop
I don't know what
specifically wants everyone to watch The Office that watches his YouTube channel.
If that's
So
not a
please
sign-
like and subscribe and remember where you watch this. Thank you.
If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. If you have any ideas what I should do for my 1 year anniversary of podcasting, let me know in the comments below. And otherwise, I will see you next time. Boom.
Boop.